This is Barry Zalma on insurance. Today I wish to remind everyone that all claims personnel must be trained by September 1, 2021 on the California Fair Claims Settlement Practices Regulations. In 1993, after waiting 5 years after receiving direction from the California Supreme Court, the state of California determined that the insurance industry needed to be regulated to stop insurers from treating the people insured badly and without good faith. It created a set of regulations called the California Fair Claims Settlement Practices Regulations that were designed to enforce the mandate created by the California Fair Claims Settlement Practices Statute, California Insurance Code Section 790.03(H), in response to the direction of the California Supreme Court in its decision called Moradi-Shalal versus Fireman's Fund. In doing so, the California Department of Insurance issued rules that were designed to micromanage the business of insurance claims and create a method to punish those insurers who failed to comply with the regulations. Some of the regulations recited what had always been recognized by the insurance industry as good faith and proper claims handling. Others imposed draconian mandates on what and when to do everything in the claims process. The regulations also provided a guide to insureds, public insurance adjusters, and policyholders' lawyers to assert any violation of the regulations to be evidence of the insurer's breach of the implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, and allow it to go forward with a tort suit against the insurers that fail to comply with the regulations. I wrote a book which is available from Amazon.com as both a paperback and as a Kindle book called the California Fair Claims Practices Regulations. It provides advice to all insurance claims personnel, all claims professionals, independent insurance adjusters, special fraud investigators, private investigators who work for the insurance industry, the management in the industry, the attorneys who serve the industry, public insurance adjusters, policyholders, and counsel for policyholders working with insurers doing business in California, the information needed to properly, efficiently, and resolve insurance claims. These regulations are very thorough and would apply in any state in the union that has a Fair Claims Settlement Practices statute. All insurers doing business in California must comply with the requirements of the regulations or face the ire of and attempts at financial punishment from the California Department of Insurance. That punishment was found to be questionable and limited because of one courageous insurer who fought the CDOI and succeeded before an administrative law judge who limited the right to punish. That success, as far as I have been able to determine, has not been emulated. Regardless of difficulties in assessing punishment, the state of California requires all who are involved in the claims process, even if only tangentially, to be trained with regard to claims handling in compliance with the regulations and attest to completion of such training under oath. To avoid the required annual training, the claims person can submit a sworn document to the insurer or insurers for whom the claims person works that avers that he or she has read and understood the regulations. That's the purpose for the book, so that they can read it and understand it and file the required sworn declaration. It is necessary that insurance personnel who are engaged in any way in the presentation, processing, or negotiation of insurance claims in California be familiar with the regulations. Counsel for insurers and policyholders should also be familiar with the regulations, since they establish a minimum standard for claims handling in the state. Since the California regulations appear to be excessively detailed, draconian, and as or more extensive than similar regulations in other states, understanding the working under the regulations should suffice in every state. The insurer's lawyer will need to know and establish that the insurer fulfilled the requirements of the regulations, since it will show to a trier of fact that the insurer fulfilled the minimum standards required and required its claims personnel to comply with the regulations. A knowledge of the regulations can assist the lawyer in evaluating the exposure faced by an insurer and help the lawyer present an effective defense to an insurer sued for breach of the covenant of good faith and fair dealing. Similarly, the lawyer representing a policyholder client needs complete knowledge of the regulations to use them to prove that the insurer failed to fulfill the minimum standards set by the regulations. Although not evidence of bad faith, failure to fulfill the requirements of the regulations can go a long way to convince a trier of fact, a judge or a jury, that the insurer did not act fairly and in good faith. Compliance with the regulations is important to the evaluation of a claim for breach of the covenant of good faith and fair dealing, and evaluation of a claim of damages resulting from the tort of bad faith. Knowledge of the requirements of the regulations is important to everyone involved in the business of insurance, whether as an insurance adjuster, insurance claims management, a public insurance adjuster, a policyholder, a defense lawyer, an insurance coverage lawyer, or a policyholder's lawyer. This video was adapted from my book, The California Fair Claim Settlement Practices Regulations 2020, which is available as both a Kindle book and as a paperback from Amazon.com. It contains the full set of regulations with commentary and should be a simple way for every insurance claims professional to fulfill the requirements of the regulations, and specifically the training requirements that must be fulfilled every year, no later than September 1. If you found this video to be useful or interesting, please pass it on to your colleagues. It's free. And please also subscribe to my YouTube channel, my Rumble channel, my blog, and my Substack filings so that you can be advised of future videos and future blog postings. You'll also learn about future publications like the California Fair Claim Settlement Practices Regulation 2020 book. Thank you for your attention.